Sai Ram. In the last Parayanam session, we are talking about the 50th birthday celebrations and our participation in that. It was on the 25th November that we were to return back to the campus, to Brindavan Ashram and start our college. In those days, the Sathya Sai College was inside the ashram. It was not even in the next compound, it was inside the ashram. And our classes were held in what is now called as the Kalyana Mandapam, Sai Kishan Kalyan Mandapam. That is where our classes were. Okay, so one beautiful privilege that Swami had given to all the Brindavan boys was whenever we were leaving for Brindavan from Prashanti Nilayam, Swami would call all of us for sitting an interview kind of thing in which inside the prayer hall, and it was an exclusive session meant for us. And then of course Swami would enjoy about various things, and we would all be so thrilled because Swami would share a lot of beautiful things with all of us. And I remember on that day Swami expressed this happiness, and he said that all of us had worked so nicely and all that. And then Swami gave us Pad Namaskar, and then he asked us, when should I come to Brindavan? We all said Swami immediately. Swami said, no, there are so many foreigners who have come here from different countries and all. I'll have to make them happy. I will have to satisfy them, and then I will come. I may be able to come in towards the end of March, or whenever Shivaratri is there. It was somewhere in the, I think, middle of around that time in March. Swami said, I will come at that time. And we all pleaded on, Swami, please come with us, please come with us. Swami said, okay, take me with you. I will sit in your hearts. And after giving us Pad Namaskar, Swami sent us. So came to Brindavan, and for the last 25 days we had not had classes, so we dusted our books and we started studying and going to class and all that. On the second day, that is on the 27th of November, suddenly there was a rush. And I remember I was in the botany, in the biosciences lab. We have botany and zoology separately. I was about to dissect a frog, and I remember somebody shouted, Swami is come. In those days, we used to drop whatever was there in our hands, whether it was breakfast time or whatever, and then run. And so I dropped this frog, which got a lease of life, and I ran to the portico, and Swami's car came and stopped there, and we were also excited that Swami had come. And then Swami said something. He said, hey, I had no plans to come. He said, I had no plans to come. After you all left, I was sitting in my room. Suddenly I would call the boys by name, and then realize that all of you have left for Brindavan. In fact, I missed seeing all of you. He said there were tens of thousands of letters which had come to me from devotees describing the service that all of you have done, and it made me so proud of all of you. I felt so happy seeing all this. Your devotion and service have drawn me to you. That's what he said. You have won my heart, and that's why I came to Brindavan. He said, in fact, today morning I had gone to Anantapur, and as I was returning, when we came to Kottacheru, I told the driver, turn right. The driver was shocked, and he said, Swami, if we go right, we'll go to Bangalore. Swami said, yes, I want to go to Bangalore. And so I have come here. And then Swami called the warden and said, make a trunk call and tell them in Prashanti Nilayam to give Aarti, because the bhajan has started and they are still waiting for me to return from Anantapur. They don't know I have come off here to Brindavan. So that is how it happened. And of course we had a wonderful time with Swami, spent a lot of time with us. That is Swami's way of rewarding us. Swami's way of rewarding us would always be to give more of his time. So he would keep us near him. He would discuss various things with us. He would tell us stories from the various scriptures. He would give us opportunities to speak in his presence and so on. So this is what happened. And then came the January of 1976. And then we noticed that a lot of activity was going on. Some people were taking some measurements and all that behind the college. And we were wondering what was happening. Then someone told us that Swami has decided to build a hostel for the students behind the college. And we were all very agitated because Brindavan was such a beautiful home exclusively for the Lord and his children. So we were all very cozy and very comfortable. But Swami didn't feel that way. Swami felt that we lacked all the conveniences that we should have, the comforts that we should have. Actually, we never felt the lack of anything. Everything was there. More so because our minds were all fixed on Swami. We would wait for him. We would wait to hear his voice. Our whole mind was fully focused on Swami. We would wait for his darshan, a glimpse of him as he moved from one room to the other in his bungalow. We would also move because we wanted to have his darshan. He would open the window. He would open the grill. He would just look at us, just stand there, and it was so beautiful. We had no time to even think of anything else. Our whole day was fully packed with Swami. We were thinking only about him, and thinking about him can bring only joy and bliss, and that is what happened to all of us. And when we heard this news that the hostel was being planned behind the college, we were all very agitated, and something had to be done fast. I remember that afternoon when Swami came to the hostel, one of the boys gave Swami a letter. Swami would collect letters given by boys, and as Swami sat in the hostel, he took out this letter and read it. And then Swami looked at the boy who had given this letter and asked him, "Shall I read this letter loudly?" And that boy said, "Swami, this is a letter written to you." Swami can do whatever Swami wants with the letter. And then Swami called the principal and asked him to read the letter. We had a wonderful principal, a gentleman by name Professor Narendra. Such a great person. He was very devoted to Swami, and he was academically brilliant. He used to take English class for us, and I remember even if we were sick, we would attend at least his class because we wanted to make sure we don't miss a single class of his on English drama and literature. He used to read out to us the plays of Shakespeare, and it was so thrilling and so exciting to sit in his class. So Swami called this principal Narendra and asked him to read out the letter. The boy had written, "Most beloved and dearest Swami, my humble pranams at your lotus feet." And then straight away he starts the subject. He says, "Swami, are you angry with us? Have we transgressed any of the disciplines that you have laid for our welfare? Are we talking too much? Is it that we are very noisy? And is this the reason you want to banish us from beautiful Brindavan?" And then Swami said, "No, it is, hey, this hostel is going to come up only in the next compound." Now the cat was out of the bag, because right straight away from Swami's lips we had heard that the hostel was coming up and it was in a different place. And so we all started pleading, "Swami, Swami, we don't want a new hostel. We are very happy with this hostel." Swami said, "No, see, your parents have sent you to me, and it's my responsibility to take care of your welfare." We said, "Swami, nobody can take care of our welfare better than you. Even before we want to pray something, our wishes are fulfilled, our prayers are fulfilled. Nobody can take care of us like you. Even our mothers can't take care of us." Swami said, "No, you must have the basic comforts. You might feel like that, Bangaru, it is my duty to take care of you." And so he said, "We are inaugurating the foundation stone for this is going to be laid there." And then hearing our pleading, we pleaded so much, "Swami, Swami, please change the plans," and all that. Swami asked, "Where is Colonel Jograo?" Colonel Jograo was in charge of all the constructions in the mandir. And so he was sent for. He was there along with some more engineers. They were all taking measurements and planning out how the hostel building should come up. And a car was sent and he was brought. And as soon as he came, Swami said, look, Jogarao, boys are all very sad that the hostel is being shifted. And Colonel Jogarao said, yes, yes, Swami, we need more place here. Actually, the number of devotees is increasing and all that. Then we said, no, sir, please, we want to be close to Swami. He said, hey, it's just in the next compound. We said, no, it's in the next compound. It's not in the same compound. And then this boy's letter also said, Swami, if you're not happy, you are happy with us, but still want to build a new hostel, how is it that the bungalow where Bhagawan stays, that also leaks during rainy season, and you're not even, means you're not worried about that, whereas you're worried about all the discomfort which we are not even having, which we are not even aware of. Swami, if you're happy with us then, and you're particular that the hostel should come up in the grounds behind the college, please break this old bungalow and build a bungalow next to the hostel. We don't mind where our hostel is as long as it is close to you. And then as we pleaded with tears in our eyes, Swami looked at the principal and said, Principal, what is your opinion? The principal said, Swami, these children are so far away from their parents and they want to be close to you, Swami. Please accept their prayer. And so Swami loved this principal so much. The moment he said, Swami looked at Jogarao and said, Jogarao, look, my children are not happy. So we have to change our plans. We will build a new hostel for them, but let it be inside Brindavan Ashram itself. And that is how today we have the Walter Cowan and the Singh blocks of the hostel, which are built right inside. Of course, at that point, only the Walter Cowan block was getting ready, and the Walter Cowan block was to be inaugurated by the acting president. So the plans were being finalized for the Walter Cowan block. Singh block would come 2 years later, but this was what it was. And as we were waiting, Swami agreed. The plans were all changed, and then in a few days we had the foundation ceremony. The foundation was laid inside the tank. I remember we all played band for that occasion also. And the foundation stone of the new hostel was laid inside the tank in Brindavan. So we'll continue more of this in the next Parayanam session. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba Ji Ki Jai.